Hello, I'm Shelley Rothus, and I'm a different kind of victim. Well, it's a good morning. Well, I don't know. It's kind of cold outside. Yes, I know the Northerners are going to make fun of me being the Floridian. It's 51 degrees when I woke up. Ooh, it's freezing still. I got two jackets on. Okay, well, I bet everybody is wondering where I've been. Well, I finally got a job. It's actually what I really wanted, which was to work at either Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts. So I got Dunkin' Donuts, and I'm actually glad that I did. I feel so proud of myself, and I'm so happy because at the beginning, many people would think, well, you have a college degree. Why aren't you gonna get a job in your field? Well, I have to get my life together first, and actually was hoping to start off easier. Even though the job is physically more challenging. And hey, that's exactly what I wanted though. As for a start. So, based on my video from yesterday, which was my birthday, November 27th, well, let's just say that out of all the holidays and everything else, the one day I had looked forward to because I found it extremely special to me based upon my personal story and being a DV victim was my birthday. So let's get to that. As a DV victim, we have many wishes. Like I stated, with conditioned normalized victimization syndrome, is that we know what's happening to us. We know we're being treated badly in ways that we don't deserve. So when we make wishes on birthdays, what do we wish for? Do we want to be treated in bad ways? No, nobody does. So my birthday was special to me and sentimental because those wishes I had, they were wishes from my heart of wanting to actually experience what it felt like to have a relationship that made me feel good and happy. So I had described my relationships with Ken, my father, and my first love, which happened to be Mickey. Well, I had stated also in previous videos is that the one I found that it would be the easiest to talk to after they had engaged in abusive behaviors was Mickey, my first love. Well, we'll get to that in a minute as to what happened. So, what was one of my wishes that I thought would come true? I know you're not supposed to give out your wishes as to what you wished for with your birthday, but I just could say I really don't care about this wish because I stopped caring. I gave up on that wish. Like a long time ago, I gave up on that wish. What I wanted for my birthday wish. And, well, I'll explain why. I'll explain why. And that was because that wish was, I actually hoped that I would find a man that actually respected me and loved me and cared about me, that I could be with. That was my birthday wish for many years since I was young. And I'd say by the time my 30s came, I gave up on that wish. So why did I give up on that wish? I gave up on that wish because I didn't think I'd actually have the chance to be in that type of relationship due to the circumstances that I was in. I was still living with my 3 abusers at the time, and I wasn't free yet. So I wasn't able to have relationships any long-term ones or anything like that because of my situation. So when I got out, what was my thoughts? My thoughts were, I really didn't even care about finding a relationship, an intimate partnership. I really didn't. Many people are like, oh, now you can have a boyfriend and da da da. I was like, eh. I was like, that was the last thing on my mind. I was like, yeah, I don't think so. I really didn't even want one. My only thought was being successful and getting a job, which was my dream since I was a young child, and becoming independent and growing in that way. Having a partnership was, but it ended up happening. I didn't plan it. I didn't plan falling in love. You never do. But that's exactly what happened when I met Mickey, because it was so unreal. I mean, I never imagined what it would be like. I did. Well, hey, that's where I have to stop. We all imagine what it would feel like to fall in love, the feelings you have. What you imagine isn't actually the case. Actually, the feelings, I have to say, are much better and much stronger, and it's so unreal. So, as for condition normalized victimization syndrome, is that it was extremely hard for me due to the fact that the person that I first fell in love with and I felt love with ended up engaging in abusive behaviors against me. And like I said, with condition normalized victimization syndrome, it's the shame that that victim already feels that they don't want to accept. Who wants to accept that the first person that they loved ended up harming them? That's not something you want to remember. That's not something you want to accept. So that's going to go to what I had described before. There's the want, the feelings in between, and the need. So I actually came to that conclusion as to what I needed now. What made me come to that? I actually thought that I could be still friends with Mickey, but I've found that's not going to happen, and that's not possible to happen. Because, again, you can't change anybody, and I described that in other videos. I would need Mickey to make the choice to not engage in abusive behaviors. That's his choice, and I can't make him do that. So, I'll describe what happened on my birthday. The one day that I was looking forward to. I was so excited when November came. And, well, me and Mickey had actually tried to get back together. And I had described Asika as to trying to stop that. And that's exactly what happened. And she did. And he ended up leaving me. So, he chose to go back to an abusive relationship, a toxic one, and left me for that. Many people don't understand it, and again, you can't ask the victim. I don't understand it, but that's his choice, like I stated. So, after that, I thought, well, maybe we could just be friends. I didn't want anything more, so I ended up talking to him again, here and there. And he was being supportive of my job and whatnot, which I really appreciated, and I still do. So, I had mentioned that Mickey had ghosted me, and that was extremely hurtful, and also standing me up. And my friend Gloria actually made me realize is that Mickey has been lying to me for a long time now. And lies. You think that's when somebody just says it to your face, like, they'll say, sorry, I'm not good at lying again. Let's try to think of a lie. Okay, I care about you. Nah, that's not really that good. I can't really think of a lie. I'm not good at lying. Okay. I want to take you to the movies. I don't know. And then later on say, I never said that, even though I know I did. Okay, that's a lie. See, I came up with one. Not a good one. I can't think of a good one because I'm not good at lying. So, we'll go off of that. I didn't quite understand when my friend Gloria said that. I was like, what? I was like, you've been lying to me? She's like, yes, many times. Even my friend Nina was like, yeah, she agreed with her. So they told me, they said, what about those times that he went back to his place and said that he was going to come right back? And he didn't even call you or tell you that he's not coming back. I took that as just ghosting me when he didn't answer his phone on purpose because he was being ordered by his master Asika not to talk to me. And at the time, which was really humiliating, this happened more than once. I'll describe that one time. I ended up going to his place when he said he was going to come back after going back to his place to do something. I ended up walking over to his place anyways and actually called him before I got there. And I was right down the hallway telling him that I'm on my way. So I got to his place and I overheard him and Jessica, in his place and knocked on the door. He knew I was there because I called him right down the hallway less than a minute ago before I got there. And he ignored and didn't even answer the door. And I know they heard it because they were right next to the door. So that was quite humiliating that he ignored me and didn't even answer the door. He had also ignored my phone calls. So a couple days ago, the day before my birthday, he had told me that he would call me back right when he got home. And, well, that's when the ghosting started. He had ended up ignoring my phone calls and not answering his phone or calling me back like he promised. That's where the lie is. There's two lies right there. He promised to come back to my place to have dinner with me, but he ended up not coming back and also ignoring when I had knocked on his door. And then, again, the day before my birthday, he didn't call me back like he had promised. So I had gone over to his place on my birthday, and that was actually, believe it or not, I wanted to talk to him and tell him, based upon Asika, since she had, even after we broke up, she had done things like, she even stalked me. Actually, people noticed that. More than 2 people noticed her doing it and seeing her doing it. So she actually started to stalk me after we broke up, after I gave him another chance. So, let's go back what happened yesterday on my birthday. I walked over to his place to talk to him because I wanted to tell him that I'm not going to be with him in more than a friendship way. And I was going to even state that it was going to be a lower level friendship, meaning not a close friendship. That would still be cordial. I was actually hoping that we could still be cordial and speak with each other, and that wasn't going to, I had a feeling it possibly wouldn't happen, let's just put it that way. And most likely, I should say most likely wouldn't happen, but I was hoping. I already lost my birthday wish, because when I gave him another chance, my birthday wish was that I'd be able to even spend a special day, such as my birthday, with a man that I actually loved and loved me. But that was taken away when he walked out and decided to go back to the relationship, because the compromise was I did set my boundaries. I didn't want to be where I just take back the person who engaged in abusive behaviors against me, and I'm working my boundaries, as I have stated before, as to better myself. And that was, I made the compromise that I will stay with him and work on our relationship again, even after what he had done. And he ended up deciding not to do that and go through with it. So he ended up leaving me again and going back to that. So yesterday, when I went over to tell him that I only wanted to be friends due to the fact that he's still in that toxic relationship and I knew he would engage in abusive behavior against me. Even before I could even talk to him, I was walking down the hallway and I saw him come out and he looked sad. I actually heard in the apartment, I heard two other people, and I heard them bossing him around. And I heard him just going along with it like, yes, yes. So, like I stated, is that the part where people are short twatters, that's exactly what he is. The Assoholics toxic pity party addiction, as I had described that, as to where the cult leader, which is Jessica, had used, which is basically this is just using somebody to help them be successful in their abuse against others because they enjoy it. And again, you can't ask a victim why. I don't understand it. Somebody that doesn't have a sick mind that enjoys doing evil things to harm others, we don't understand that. So, anyways, back to the story. I asked him, I said, why didn't you call me? He lied again right there to me. He said, well, he was trying to tell me he forgot, but now he remembers. Sure. And then, whoa, this was the part I was like shocked. I actually saw his ex-girlfriend Margaret walk out of Jessica's apartment. Right behind her was Jessica. I was like, whoa. Now get this. Mickey and Margaret had broken up because of Jessica too. Yep. And they were dating for 2 years. It was actually Jessica that ruined their relationship. That's right. And guess what? There's another shark twatter involved. Asuka, the cult leader, actually got Mickey's ex-girlfriend Margaret involved to attack me. So Margaret comes out, and guess what she does? I actually watched the abuse with my own eyes. Margaret went up to Mickey because she saw him talking to me. You know, he can't talk to me. And went up behind him and actually pushed him away from me, saying, "We're going!" Pushing him away from me. That's abuse. She physically abused him. She pushed him away from me, yelling at him. I was like, whoa. And it gets better. Now this goes back to what I had described as sloppy, hypocritical ageism, where we put down children and say that this behavior is immature. No. This behavior is ill, despicable, cruel, and it makes that person an asshole. And we're putting down children when we say that this is immature, they're acting like children. No, they're just assholes. Because there's many children that don't act like that. It's a choice to be an asshole. So Margaret, his ex-girlfriend, I have a weird kind of laugh. But you know what? I actually like my laugh. They're jealous because I laugh. And I have good times. And I'm happy. And I understand what my friends, such as Nina and Gloria, are telling me is they don't want to see me happy. My friend Chris just told me that today. They're jealous of me. They're absolutely correct. They're also jealous because me and Mickey had a relationship as to where it wasn't toxic, as to where I treated him in ways that he deserved. I didn't get it back equally though. And that's something I have to accept. And that's why I decided and realized that I needed to move on. That it wasn't going to happen and that he was choosing to stay in a toxic relationship with a woman that is abusing me and doing abusive behaviors against me. So, back to the weird laugh. This is where people are going to be like, wow. This is like, it reminds me of being in elementary school when kids would call, say I have the cooties. She has the cooties. Well, guess what his ex-girlfriend, who's in her mid-60s, did? She ended up mimicking my laugh because she's heard me laughing before, and really loudly, all the way down the hallway. I could hear her all the way back to the elevator, which is pretty good distance from where Mickey and Jessica's apartment is. I was like, what the heck? They thought it was going to insult me, but I was totally shocked because what the heck? An adult mimicking somebody's laugh, that's like, kids saying, oh, look at that fatty, and da da da. It's like, whoa, an adult doing this. And actually, before I left, Jessica made fun of my dress, saying, no, glitter. And I was like, wow. And again, this was nothing different than when Jessica had threatened me and belittled me in cruel ways in front of Mickey, and he didn't do nothing to defend me. And that's exactly what happened again on my birthday. So I ended up getting hurt again because Mickey didn't do one thing to defend me when that was happening yesterday. So I had decided, I guess I got my answer instead of even talking to him about it, saying that I don't want anything more than a lower level friendship, because he ended up engaging in abusive behaviors against me again. But let's just say I threw it back in their face. Like I said, I don't believe in the walk-away method. And I will state how I feel about people, and I will defend myself. I don't believe in the walk-away method. I believe in self-respect and self-defense as being self-respect. And that's exactly what I'll do from now on, no matter what anybody else says, even if they disagree with it. So yesterday didn't turn out to be as what I had hoped, but I had spoken with my friend Ulrich, and I realized I'm just going to focus on my dreams right now. I'm not going to focus on what happened to me, even though, of course, we're going to, like I said, we can't just get over it. It's something I'm going to have to go through. But my main focus is what I first wanted when I first even got here and got free. And that's to fulfill my dreams that I've wanted since I was a young child. And that's having a job, being independent, and just keep striving for that. And put what I want to what I need. I need to focus on me, and I'm going to stick to my goal. And I came to the realization, which is hard, is that I can never speak to Mickey again. And I need to do that, because it's proof right there, right in front of me, is that he's not changing, and he's not going to protect me against the abuse that he also chooses to engage in. And that's where my friend Nina made me realize, based upon my own teachings, is that an onlooker and follower are a part of the abuse cycle. So him watching me get abused, that's an onlooker, and he's a follower for going along with it. So he's as much at fault too. I'm not going to sit here and defend him and say he's not a part of the abuse when he actually is. And I don't deserve that. I deserve better. So now I came to my realization is that I can't even say hello to him or speak to him ever again, since he's choosing to be in that relationship. Well, I can't say ever again, because I don't think like that with any relationship. Anything is possible. But considering he's still in that toxic relationship where he engages in abusive behaviors, I need to keep my distance and move on with my life. So that was based on my recent video, which was my birthday, that I had hoped to be special but was ruined by the first person I had fell in love with, which was Mickey. And I came to a new realization. So that's it for today. I'm Shelley Rothus. I'm a different kind of victim. See you next time.